everybody. Good morning. Distinguished representative, colleagues, students, and friends. The world is a turning point. Democracies face internal and external pressures. Inequalities persist, and the question before us is urgent. Will we expand rights, or will we allow them to erode? This is the dilemma of our century. At the center of this dilemma lies an undeniable truth. Gender equality is the front line of democracy. It is not a secondary concern or an accessory to public policy. It is the clearest measure of democratic health and the foundation of the democratic stability. A democracy that excludes women is not a full democracy. An economy that excludes women is not a modern economy. A state that tolerates violence against women is not a state committed to justice. Yes, we have seen progress. Women are more present in parliaments, government, science, and in the strategic sectors, but we have also witnessed a coordinated pushback that attempts to restrict rights. Rights restricted as a control bodies or silenced voices. When women's rights are attacked, democracy is attacked. When women are excluded of public lives, institutions becomes weak. Where violence is tolerated, authoritarian forces advance. The only answers to move is to move forward with more determination, clarity, and courage. Please, the second slide, please. Second slide. I want to show you something. Mexico, we are a republic here. Mexico decides not to wait. We change with the powerful laws so that equality doesn't depend on political changes, but on the constitutional mandate and democratic conviction. In 2014, we moved from the gender quotas to parity in candidate list, ensuring equal representation of women and men in Congress and Senate. In 2019, we took the next major step, the principle of parity in everything, which mandate at the federal and local government levels. Mexico is a federal republic, here we are, composed by 32 states, each one with autonomy to elect its own governor. Today, 13 women and 19 men serve as governors. 4 of every 10 states are led by women. This marks substantial progress in women's political participation at the state level, even as full parity has not yet been achieved. But we are looking forward. We are trying. And in the Mexican Congress, parity now is a reality. In the Chamber of Deputies, women hold 50.6% of the seats. In the Senate, women hold 50% of the seats. Can we switch now? Thank you. According to Interparliamentarian Union, here is the map of the whole world, how we are in women representation. According to Interparliamentary Union, Mexico is the second democratic country in the world to have parity in parliamentary representation of women. For the first time in our history, a woman serves as a president of the Republic of Mexico. This is not a symbolic. It is as a result of decades of struggle, of reforms, and institutional perseverance. Mexico has also strengthened the legal framework to prevent and sanction the political violence against women, recognizing as a threat to democracy itself. These achievements reveal a powerful truth. When one nation decides to transform itself, change becomes a reality. But they also remind us that institutional change alone is not enough. Of course not. Parity and equality must be substantive, real, and effective. They must be in municipalities, cabinets, courts, business, universities, in the whole levels, in everything, and also in care economy. Equality must be lived, but not declared. Not only declared, it has to be real. Equality is not a cost, not a burden, not a concession. It is the smartest public investment in the greatest competitive advantage that any nation can build. Countries grow faster when women participate in the included all process. Societies are safer when women shape public policy. Innovation accelerates when diverse voices are included. And peace lasts longer when women lead and negotiate it. Yeah. That's true. In the 2030 agenda is a mandate for transformation. CDGs, you know, the number 5, gender equality. It is a backbone of that. Without equality, there is no sustainable poverty reduction, not inclusive growth, no robust innovation, and no lasting peace. Mexico has aligned its constitutional reforms with this global mandate. Parity in everything, which means to guarantee for equal participation and strong measures against political violence from the pillars of state policy that bring society closer to peace, prosperity, and sustainable development. Equality cannot be dependent on political cycles or political changes or fluctuating even a public sentimental. It must be a state policy, national identity, and shared a global responsibility. Inspired by Mexico's experience, I invite all the nations represented here to adopt equality through 3 strategic commitments. Parity has to be constitutional at all levels of government. Criminalize and punish violence against women, reinforcing prevention and justice systems, and finance care infrastructure, and close economic gaps through gender-responsive budgeting. Budgeting for women is very important. These choices are not ideological. They are strategic. They build legitimacy, social cohesion, competitiveness, and security. Women's rights are human rights. Equality must be a global standard. No democracy builds alone. No nation prospering in isolation. Our future will be shared, or it will be no at all. The future is not written because we write it with our laws. Institution and collective courage. We have to have courage to do it. Without full inclusion of women, there will be no development. There will be no strong democracy, and there will be no sustainable future. Let this century be the century of equality. Thank you very much.